busy season at the Appalachian Trail Conservancy in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. The stream of thru-hikers, those brave souls attempting the entire 2,200-mile trail, peaks as northbound hikers scramble to reach Maine before winter. Their photos are added to the Conservancy's archive, proof forever that they made it this far.
It's great when he gets down and walks, for sure.
Annette and Donovan set out from Georgia months ago in search of a great adventure.
He's seen 5 bears, actually, which is more than a lot of people see the whole trail.
Once finished at the Conservancy, thru-hikers have a short downhill jaunt past the armory made famous in John Brown's raid. Then it's on to this bridge. Behind them are months of grueling trail days. Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia. Across the bridge, Maryland. They say it's a special moment, spiritually if not technically. It's the halfway point of their journey. They've settled into a rhythm, and they're beginning to believe that they can make it to the end. Maryland's section of the trail is short, just 41 miles, relatively flat, packed with history, and known for some stunning views.
You can make excellent time in Maryland.
Jim Fettig is the president of the Potomac Appalachian Trail Club. He thru-hiked the trail known as the AT in 2014.
Most of it is on an old logging road, and so it's pretty easy walking with a couple of notorious rocky sections. The other thing that makes Maryland unique is it's within 2 hours of 20 million people.
Large segments of the AT lay quiet before and after thru-hikers appear. But Maryland's portion is a bustling playground for nature lovers in the spring, summer, and fall. 6 months ago, Christian was home in South Africa.
I just decided I can't continue on the track I was and I wanted to do something drastically different. So I fell down the rabbit hole. YouTube.
Today, he's hiking along the Old Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. The first 3 miles of the Maryland Trail follow this towpath. Then it's up 567 feet to the southern tip of South Mountain. Mile 4, Weverton Cliffs. On a crisp autumn day, hikers pose for selfies and soak in the fall colors along the Potomac River. The occasional train whistle cuts the air. For summer thru-hikers, the trail turns north, and the realization comes. South Mountain is more than just a hill. It's a ridge running all the way from the Potomac River to Pennsylvania. The dividing line between the Cumberland Valley in the west and the Maryland Piedmont in the east.
So the trees are incredibly beautiful at this time of year. Hardwoods mixed with poplar, things like that. Spice bush, a mountain laurel, sassafras, dogwood.
Park Ranger Travis Watts is a manager at the South Mountain Recreation Area.
We work with our Appalachian Trail partners like PATC and the Mountain Club of Maryland to help to coordinate the maintenance of the trail. We do interpretive hikes along the trail and respond to emergencies.
The idea of the AT was born in the early 1920s. Its evangelist, Benton McKay, saw it as a lure to draw people away from America's teeming industrial cities. His colleagues saw it as a crusade to save a spirit being crushed by the modern world. The spirit of fellowship and cooperation. Hiking clubs stitched together the Maryland section of the trail in the 1930s with help from the Civilian Conservation Corps, or CCC.
This one's slated for replacement.
Dave House and a team of volunteers continue that work today, maintaining campsites, clearing brush, and fighting back against the trail's great enemy, erosion.
That's what we call a check dam, and it dams up the sediment to fill the trail back in. We joke, we call it our outdoor gym. There's no membership fee, it's free, and everybody's welcome to join.
The thru-hikers will find camping spots roughly every 5 miles, 6 primitive shelters, or more developed accommodations, in the 5 state parks along the path. Mile 10, Gathland State Park. An arch memorializes America's fallen war correspondents. Weekend campers test the trail. Thru-hikers Annie and Nell wait out the worst of the summer heat. Halfway to Maine, they've adapted to the grueling life of the trail.
Something that I've learned is that I can exist with such minimal things. Like, all I need is a little bit of food, some water, and like a place to sleep, even if it's just the ground.
Like, we've had back-to-back days of rain and all your stuff is wet and you haven't put on dry shoes in days. But there's always going to be a sunny day that comes up where you can sit out like today and dry out your stuff. You're going to be able to put on dry socks again. And that's just like a nice feeling, knowing that there's going to be better days coming up.
Mile 19, Washington Monument State Park. The tower was built in the 1820s to honor the first president. It served as a Union signal tower during the Civil War, when great armies moved through and around this valley. More than 700 Union and Confederate soldiers died fighting along South Mountain. 3 days before those armies clashed at a creek called Antietam, the bloodiest day of fighting in American history. Today, birders use the tower to spot migrating raptors.
What we have over here is a red-tailed hawk that's been coming down range with 2 sharp-shinned hawks.
John Kelly says the birds cling to the ridgeline to catch updrafts in the atmosphere.
It's into the valley now. It's like a red-shouldered hawk.
On a typical October day, he might spot a dozen sharp-shinned hawks,
Beautiful bird.
24 red-tailed hawks, a handful of peregrine falcons, and, hopefully,
Every once in a while, we'll have a golden eagle that will turn down South Mountain, and we get the prize that day. We get the trophy. South Mountain is a critical navigation route for these birds. It is the Appalachian Trail as well. So for two-leggeds and the winged nations, it works very well.
This is one of the heaviest trafficked places on the AT.
Casey Kohlmeyer climbs the busiest section of the AT in Maryland, the path to Annapolis Rock.
So this is where the ridge runners stay.
Casey is what's known as a ridge runner. For 9 months, she'll live on the trail. Ridge runners clear obstacles, police campsites, offer first aid, and frequently relocate venomous visitors.
Copperheads are fun. We take them out of Annapolis Rock only because it's such a populated area. I'm not scared of them, but that bundle of them, I'm like, ah. We just move them off the rocks and take them deeper into the woods so nobody gets bit. They hold on to it, they're biting. And then also so that people don't kill them. You know, they're scared and they'll hurt them. But it's fun. It's exciting.
Casey did a thru-hike before signing on as a ridge runner and found something irresistible in the mountains.
I wanted to teach myself like how to be more outgoing. And so when you come out here and there's all these like-minded people and they're all ages, all backgrounds, all walks of life, it's easy to talk to them because there's like a common ground.
They're still working on their trail legs.
The McGinleys brought their daughters up to Annapolis Rock for the exercise.
And that's what actually is kind of nice about this trail. The hardest part's in the beginning, and then you get to the never-ending flat spot, and then you stumble upon this wonderful view.
There's a lesson they want the girls to grasp, that the view is always better when you earn it. On a nearby rock, Miguel Hernandez works on his rappelling skills, while the AT Climbing Club works on their ascents.
You meet so many wonderful people here on the trail. A lot of my friends also climb, so just such a treasure.
You hang the food so the food stays away from bears, but it's probably more like mini bears, like raccoons and stuff like that.
Mile 36, Raven Rock, the last campground in Maryland. Thru-hikers pitch their tents, hang their bear bags.
Are you going to get water?
I felt like I needed to get off the hamster wheel.
I sold my house and I pretty much donated 90% of my stuff.
Just 5 miles from the Pennsylvania border, talk turns to the road ahead. Rocky passages in Pennsylvania, serious mountains in New Hampshire, the notorious 100-mile wilderness in Maine.
Old expression that they use a lot is they don't quit on your toughest day. Somehow mentally you have to keep yourself out here.
For me, the biggest challenge is probably my inner critic, that little voice in my head that says you can't do this. And just to basically let the sound of my breath be louder than that voice is the key to being successful.
They come to the trail for many reasons: an adventure, an escape, a view, a break, a spiritual renewal. And they always seem to find what they were always meant to find.
I came out here mostly wanting to look at nature and be around it, and I still enjoy that stuff, but I've also realized that being around other people is really what makes the trail special. You meet people at the shelters. There's a lot of people that do trail magic. They come out and they cook for you, they bring you snacks.
It's quite new to me to be a part of a hiker community. The hiking community in South Africa is basically you and a couple of friends that go on trail, and you keep to yourself. When I came here and everybody's just so kind and open and generous, it's amazing.
I think us just getting out here and meeting the people that we have and having the experiences that we're having, we're gonna remember for the rest of our lives.